Elaine and I were good friends with Betty for close to 50 years. So we knew Todd and Sean when they were well, shorter than I am. And, Betty, Todd, we used to kayak, my wife and I, and we thought we knew a little bit about what we were doing, but Betty taught us that kayaks can fly. And the way that happened, George and Betty came down to visit us on the Cape, and we insisted that they go kayaking with us. I don't think you'd ever kayak before, had you? Or?
Yeah, well, we had the kayaks on the lake, so we
Okay, but not in the ocean. So
yeah, not in the ocean.
So we went to this our favorite place. We said, you know, we got to go there and chat on it. We took off on a salt river that leads into a harbor that leads into the ocean. So we start off and we headed down the river and we beached. And looking forward to a nice day. It was a little bit cloudy. And next thing we knew, it was black clouds coming quickly. And the rain came down so hard that each drop, you know, made a geyser like this. I mean, it was coming down really hard.
Hurt when it hit.
It hurt. And plus, you may remember the lightning.
Yeah, there's a little bit of that.
So we had a lot of good things going on there. So we said, well, maybe we should go in, you know. So we got in the kayaks, we start going back to the car. And whenever we had people, you know, when we forced people to go kayaking, I would kind of hold back and make sure everybody was getting along okay. And, you know, we all know Betty was a wonderful athlete. So we get in the kayaks, George and Eileen go shooting back, and Betty just paddling like crazy and not going anywhere. And I'm thinking, what's going on here? So I came up behind her, and there was a towel, a beach towel, hanging from her kayak into the water.
Oh, no.
So I reached over and grabbed it. It was probably like 80 pounds. And that's when she taught me that kayaks can fly.
That was just before that. She was in the boating lane where all the boats were coming in from the ocean to get out of the rain. And you were kindly saying, "Get out of there."
She may want to move over.
That was the kayak story.
I'd just like to say, I have not known Betty as many years or as personally as all of you, but I met her many years ago. Maybe it was in the early 2000s, I don't know. And I met her through Eileen and Wayne, because Eileen and George and I, the three of us worked at Simplex. So that's where I met Eileen. She had already known George and Betty by that time. And then I kind of got a little solicited into their little group and loved it. And just, she was such an influence. I think she's been such an influence on so many people. And listening to your son's email, I'm sure he's not the only one that illustrates what a wonderful character she had, wonderful person, and very significant. Very significantly affected people who were in her lives. And there's a true example of it right there. She was also the most creative, my goodness. You know, you speak of her sense of humor. I mean, the things that she would associate, she was very poetically funny, I guess I would say. You know, really very, very intuitive, and I just loved Betty. Very, very special. And when it was getting closer, well, to the end, not the real end, because she wasn't able to text and all that
Yeah.
much, but when she was able to, or make phone calls, I just enjoyed them so much. And in the last text I received from her was the report that the cancer had gone into her eyes, and, but yet she was so light about it and just saw humor. And I can't remember it right now because I'm affected by it, but she had a humorous way of putting it. And I thought, Betty, how can you be so light and, it was just a beautiful spirit that Betty was. So I just want to say that. I'm going to miss her dearly. And I would see her mostly on the Cape when we'd go to First Night Chatham every year. So for many years, George and Betty and Wayne and Eileen and Janet and myself, and they had other friends who went down, and that's how I got to know Betty and George. So, yeah.
I know I said I wasn't going to say anything, but I figured I should tell this story. The week of my graduation, I got a number of awards. One of the biggest awards I got was the Susan Art Gardner Memorial Award. I got it during my awards lunch. And I don't know how to explain it exactly, but the award was a love of the game, spirit of the game award. And as a baseball player, that's just great. You always want to love what you're doing. And the story that was told was Susan Gardner, while she was battling cancer at the end, would get pushed in her wheelchair up to the fence to watch every high school game that she could. And well, Grandma was up here and I was down in New Jersey. I knew that my dad with his phone would effectively push her up to the fence to watch me play.
This is what I was doing when he got the award. So he got the award at a luncheon that they did for all the kids, and they took them all out to lunch to do it, and the parents could watch them on video. And so Sean got a number of awards that day. I was really proud, and they got to this award, and his coach was the one who described the award. And as he's describing it, he could have been describing Grandma. And so I broke down at that point, just listening to Sean getting that award of all the awards to get would be the one that was basically describing his grandmother, trying to make it to every single game, whether she could see it or not. And if not, she was having me FaceTime. Of course, she had her picture being taken. She was like, cut off the screen, but show me everything, so I could see everything that Sean's doing. And she wanted to watch every minute of it. So she would sit and watch FaceTime, all of Sean's baseball games, as many as we could get in particular when he was pitching.
Thank you.
Todd, did she make you describe everything that was going on too?
I was doing play-by-play. Yeah, I was doing play-by-play.
Yeah.
Play-by-play announcer.
Yeah, the entire way, every single, the thing that was, and he would be embarrassed by how bad I was at it, was she wanted to know, because of course she's had all those conversations with him, right? So she knows everything that's going on, or she knows what should be going on. She's like, well, what kind of pitch was that? And I'd be like, I don't know. I was like, it might have been a curveball, it might have been a slider, and then I'd be talking to Sean afterwards. He was like, no, that wasn't a curveball or a changeup? All right, well, I can't tell from the side, I'm not behind the plate, I don't know. No, she was living with every minute of it. She was like, what's wrong with that umpire? Why isn't he getting any of those calls? I look good from here. Yeah, so yes, every minute of it. Yep.
I think if anybody had the pleasure of spending any time at the lake that Joey mentioned, I think one of the things that is most striking is the home that Grandma and Betty and George created there. We were there countless hours, and the conversation always started with, from my parents when I was going over there, is what are you doing when you get there? Nothing. What are you going to go do? Nothing. We're just going because when you walk down those stairs, it was home. There was peace, there was joy, there was laughter, there was a sense of belonging, whether she knew you for 5 minutes or 10 years. And as many of us know now as parents or grandparents, you want to create a home where people want to be, especially your kids. And it's testament to you that that's where people wanted to be, with you and with her. So.
Don't even. Hey, kidding. I've been a wreck since George was talking.
Raise our glasses.
Yeah. To Betty Marie. Well, everybody's welcome to stick around. I don't know if there's any food left. If you would like another drink, certainly have that. And other than that, we thank you again for helping to celebrate the life of Betty Marie Matthews. Thank you.
We're all blessed with a family of exceptional public speakers. Some really truly amazing.
Yeah.